Hey everyone, this is One Man Zerg with the TheUENtv, and I'm giving you a shoutcast on the IC Cup channel today. This is an ITL weekly, and it's between Huck, who's a top 100 American player and always does this fancy mouse clicking while setting his probes rally point, versus Chease, who is a top 100 American Terran player, and they are playing on Delta Quadrant today. And I think everyone knows the Delta Quadrant map, but we can just run over it real quick. There's your main base, and then to the side of it you have this base that's blocked by rocks, and then you can kill the rocks to get those, and the only way your opponent can get there is by air, by ledging you, or through your main base. So it's a pretty well defended expo. And then you have your natural expo, which is right out in front of your base, which has a small ramp to get to, but then once you're there it has a ramp over here, and then another entrance here, and then another entrance over here. So 3 entrances into your expo make it very hard to defend. Let's get back to the game. Huck is sending over a probe to scout. Really standard play by both players so far. There's nothing much you can do. Chease with his supply depot in the back of his base. We'll see if anything goes on right now. Huck's just chrono boosting out probes at the moment. Nothing too exciting. And then common harassment on the SCV, pulling off another SCV from the line, making Cheese just waste that little bit of potential minerals he could be mining. Giving a little back and forth. And then Cheese just continuing building a refinery. Let's see what Huck's up to. Huck is dropping his gateway and an assimilator and trying to get rid of this SCV. Now, with the probes regenerating their shields, it makes it so you may have to alternate your SCVs, because with a little bit of micro, the probe's going to have the advantage. But as long as you don't lose any, that's the real key here. And we see Huck is just relentless in this. And Cheese there finally gets the barracks down and is pumping out a marine right now. See, he's going to an orbital command on 16 or 15. Pretty standard procedure from Cheese over here. And then Huck is within just one gate, going with the cybernetic score. Really normal opening. Looks like no early expands over here from either of the players. And then I think Cheese hasn't even seen him yet. Yeah, Cheese does not know where Huck is or what he's doing. He's been too focused on defending his own base right now. They are continuing to play this game away, and just going with 2 gas. Huck's probably going for some kind of tech here. I don't think he wants to get caught in too much of an early Marauder versus Stalker game. See what's happening over here. Huck is just hiding a probe back here. That's something that you don't see most players do, but is a really smart move. If you can see if they're going to pull this expo over here. And I don't even know if Cheese is going to notice him. Moves over here. Makes you think you'd see what's going on, but really he doesn't see what's going on over there. And Cheese putting up the bunker. Eliminates some early defense. That's going to happen over there. And then continuing, going with the factory build. I don't know if he's going to go with a 1-1-1, or if he's going for some air tech, or if he's just going to go more of a bio with some Hellions. And Huck still not showing too much. Oh, he's got a robotics bay slightly hidden over here. If you're a Terran player and you scout in this base, or if you're any player, you may not see this robotics bay, and that's something all Protoss players should really do. Terrans can hide their tech a little too, but using the same add-ons, they often can't hide their tech very well. And then Zerg can't really do it at all. You can drop some creep with the Overlord, mix it up a little bit. He's going reactor on the barracks, so he's probably gonna pump out marines, and then focus on some siege tanks here. And then Huck, that late probe over here, comes in, gets some mid-game scouting in now. This is scouting that's often so difficult to get with Terran. They might have a block off here, or you just can't get through that front line. And look at Huck is just beautifully scouting this whole base. He sees the starport go down, he sees the tech lab on the factory. He knows that Terran players going for some tanks against him, so he's probably going to go from an immortal build. Let's see, Huck gets out this, he's chronoing out that observer. Always good. The observers, if you're not paying attention, if you don't have your towers, that Protoss player is going to know exactly what you're going, and that makes it difficult to really surprise attack them, or to hide your tech and get a tech advantage. And it makes it so the Protoss player can get a tech advantage on you, or at least a balance advantage in terms of what units he's getting versus what units your army is getting. And then Huck, always a smart thing to do, break these destructible debris down while your opponent's not attacking you. You can't see what he's doing, but he did go in there and see some marines and a tank. He knows with that kind of a composition for an army, he's not going to be attacked right now. And then with Cheese not knowing, never even getting in to Huck's space, he doesn't know what he's going, so he's got to be on that defensive. He's probably not inclined to destroy these destructible debris over here because he has to watch out for an attack coming on him. And then this is always smart too. Brings in that observer. Huck's going to be able to see up this ledge and be able to do a little micro with those stalkers. And then just a few shots from the stalker can pop off Marine. So those are some advantages Huck can get right now if he just plays with this ledge, as well as distracting the Terran player. Huck is such a good micro player. I think he's 14 right now in the top 100, but he used to be #1 for a while, and I think part of the reason he might have lost that is because he was playing in other tournaments. So it's really interesting to see Huck's micro here. He did get this stalker really low, but didn't lose any units. And then still, he's just keeping his Terran opponent back in his base. And looks like he's not expanding yet, but he might be setting that up by destroying that debris. I think most players would recommend taking this one early if you're at all concerned about being able to hold the D on this natural expo that has almost 3 full entrances into the expo. It's got this, which is no choke at all. And then Cheese is just continuing to pump out tanks, and looks like tanks and Marines with his reactor barracks. And then dropping another command center, so probably going to try and expand soon. And then nothing's really coming out of this starport. It's kind of surprising. Why would you get that if you're not going to build anything out of it? And then Huck is moving across with some stalkers, and he has that observer support. So we'll see what he's going to do. He's going to blink in there. As he blinks in the back of the base, the tank gets a shot off, but he's going to be able to do some good damage here and at least distract the Terran player. And then with this observer and these stalkers, he can really blink back out any kind of route he wants to, so he doesn't have to worry about that. Getting out the front door or coming back up here and meeting that Terran army. I think he only got 1 or 2 SCV kills, so nothing too successful there. Got 3 total kills, so I think that's 1 scout SCV at the start and then 2 SCVs right there. Oh, and then another Marine. So Huck's just picking him off here. Doesn't have any kind of army that he wants to put up against Cheese. At least not together out here on the front line. Oh, and he does take a tank shot. Looks like Cheese is going to push out, try and claim this natural expo. Doing the standard siege tank, layering that he's got going on here. And then probably going to lift off this orbital command. And he built the orbital command before he lifted it off, so it can gain a little energy while on its flight over, and can drop those mules early, or just be ready to drop another scan. But you can see on the income tab, Huck is definitely pulling ahead of Cheese here. He's got that second base up well in advance of Cheese, and then he's going to even be able to expand here if he wants to, while Cheese still doesn't have these rocks destroyed over here. And that's because Huck is